pretty cool thing I saw coming out of Macrumors overnight is that we are now getting satellite access, so roadside assistance via satellite for appropriately equipped phones going to the major road service providers. So iPhone 14 or later with satellite capabilities, and it'll access Apple's satellite services. I think this is fantastic. If anyone has actually travelled in Australia outside the major cities, there are still mobile dead spots. If you look at mobile phone coverage maps of Australia, there is an enormous amount of the country that has no mobile coverage. And it doesn't take very, doesn't, you don't have to go very far to find yourself in a position where this becomes a necessity. Either that or you have to rely on the generosity of passing drivers to stop and provide assistance. Now, I grew up in regional Australia, lived in town, and when when I left to go to uni, mum and dad moved out of town to another smaller town and went back to visit them on and off. But the town we'd originally lived in was where all the services were. So it was like a 15-minute drive between the two, but it was proper country roads. One day, doing that trip back and forth, and there was a car stuck on the side of the road, broken down. Don't think it had flat tires, broken down, I think. Couple of ladies with it who were just like utterly confused. I don't know if they had a mobile or if they had coverage, etc. But it was one of those things where if I hadn't stopped to help and then took them into town to the mechanic, and the mechanic then was able to get someone to retrieve the vehicle for them, if I hadn't stopped to help, it would have been probably an hour plus before the next car drove past. And that road was one of the more regularly driven roads. So, I mean, it would have seen traffic throughout the day, but anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour between vehicles at that time of day could have been an hour. And now, if they'd been stuck on one of the other roads connecting the towns, I could have been the only car that day to go down that road. And so, yeah, something like this, fantastic. Awesome thing. And like one of the comments said, surprised to hear that it wasn't here already. Uh, well, I didn't even know it was even possible. But yes, uh, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic work. I like that. That is a really, 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 really good idea.